Hey guys, red and black greetings. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're new here, please follow, like, and share on all platforms. On YouTube, subscribe and enable notifications. Don't even forget to leave that cool like on the video. We show up here, I'm all set here, right? You're just waking up, but we're here recording for you guys, man. Flamengo's fans are complaining a lot because Corinthians management helped out, even with all the financial crisis they're going through over there. Corinthians management helped out, and they're taking 120 buses to Brasília, and unfortunately, Flamengo's fans didn't get any buses from their management. Once again, we have to fight against this. Those guys get an advantage even though we have a better team and everything. The support from the fans is impressive. I got in touch with a source connected to Flamengo's board, very close to the management, and who truly has ties to the issue of organized fan groups. They told me Flamengo will travel a lot and have many competitions in 2026. And they understood that at this first moment, this support wasn't necessary, almost as if to say, oh, it's just the Super Cup. Let's hold off, leave it for later. Man, it's about starting the year off right, starting the year off well. I get it, man. Signing Paquetá was great. Flamengo has money and will sign more players to build a strong team. But you also need to pay attention to the fans. And we help make the show happen, right? With our fans present and everything. It's really important, man. It's really important. That's my message. I think we need to pay more attention to this. We've already been screwed over by some decisions. I don't think we had the support of the management when it came to taking the buses and all that. Man, you see that even with all the financial problems over at Corinthians, those guys are helping out. That's it. They're using 120 buses from Gaviões and about 70 from Philly. Man, that really makes a difference in the stands, right? Our team is over there. Already in Brasília, Flamengo arrives around 5:30 post-meridium today in Brasília, right? They're already getting ready to focus for tomorrow's game, this Supercopa do Brasil final. We're here as well, bringing you a lot of information. I'm also here to remind you that you can lose weight in a healthy way with Mais Cabelo. I'll leave the Mais Cabelo QR code on the screen so you can lose weight in a healthy way. And there's always a Mais Cabelo near you all over Brazil. You can also, besides losing weight, take care of your hair and your scalp. And you lose weight with the My Slim program, which is amazing. I lost 74 kilos, you lose weight with My Slim. And you also get care to prevent hair loss and full medical support. So get in touch with Mais Cabelo right now, scan the QR code. Also take advantage of the free evaluation. We also remind you that you can secure your spot at Flamengo games with Haroldo's Caravan. Haroldo has packages with tickets included in Rio de Janeiro, reception service. It's amazing. You can also secure your spot at games outside of Rio with complete packages. They really do the best, man, the best service possible, okay? So, Haroldo's Caravan is awesome. This Haroldo's Caravan is spectacular. It won't let you down. It won't ruin your dream. It won't leave you outside. Look, we're here too. I want to bring you Flamengo's probable lineup for the Super Cup final. Tomorrow, we'll already have an idea, more or less, of how it should be. I'll also talk about this whole preparation issue and everything else, but we can come up with a probable lineup, regardless of the physical assessment and all that. We can more or less imagine how it is. Here comes our Flamengo, right? So I'll bring here what I think it should be. Flamengo's probable lineup: Rossi, Varela, Leo Ortiz, Leo Pereira, and Alexandro. This doesn't change much in the defensive sector with Rossi, Leo Ortiz, Rossi, Varela, Leo Ortiz, Leo Pereira, and Alexandro. In midfield, probably Pulgar, Everton, Araujo, and Carrascal. Up front, Plata, Samuel, Lino, and Pedro. I would go with Cebolinha, right? I would go with Everton and Cebolinha. I don't know if Felipe will choose that, but the probable lineup that everyone is talking about is with Samuel Lino, Plata on the right, Samuel Lino on the left, and Pedro leading the attack. So, repeating the probable Flamengo lineup, and now I want your comments. Do you like it or not? What do you think about this probable Flamengo team? So we have the probable lineup with Rossi, Varela, Leo Ortiz, Leo Pereira, and Alexandro Pulgar, Everton, Araujo, and Carrascal Samuel, Lino, Plata, and Pedro. Let's go, Mengao. Let's give it our all. And look, man, talking about Lucas Paquetá, that's the information I have here. He's on the roster for the game in Brasília and will be on the bench, not just traveling, he's going to play. The question is whether he'll play, but he'll be on the bench in Flamengo's uniform. Paquetá will suit up and go to the game. If he actually plays, that's a different story, guys. He'll likely be on the bench along with Arrascaeta and Jorginho because of physical issues still, but the probability is there, right? The only real doubt, actually the only two doubts according to GE, are about the defenders lineup. It could be Vitão or Leo Ortiz, or about the lineup of. It's not even Arrascaeta. And Carrascal should be a starter. It's on the left. Samuel Lino and Cebolinha. There's a doubt there between Samuel Lino and Cebolinha, okay? So Flamengo should take the field as we mentioned to you, and Paquetá might come in during the match, right? Second half and so on. Also Arrascaeta, Jorginho, okay? These are the updates we're bringing to you. So Paquetá is going to the game, but it's not certain he'll actually play in the match. Bruno Lemos shared an important update here also about Lucas Paquetá, right? We've already mentioned that he was included, and he also brought the news that Nico de la Cruz and Danilo are also included for the game. Now I want to invite you to check out how the atmosphere is in Brasília. Gabriel Orfão, where are you? Did you find the trophy there? I'm giving you the mission to find the Super Cup trophy, the trophy that, God willing, will go to Gavia, to our museum. Where is this Super Cup trophy? Bring me some information. There.
They found it. Hey guys, from the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. This is Gabriel Waffle. Look who's here. Look who's right next to me. Look, look, look. I'm already here in Brasília with her. The Supercopa Rei trophy. Flamengo's going after another Supercopa Rei, this time here at the Mané Garrincha Stadium in Brasília in the match against Corinthians tomorrow, a decisive game. Brazilian champion Mengão, they are the Brazilian champions, facing Corinthians, who won the Copa do Brasil against Vasco da Gama. And hey, before I start this video, I'm going to bring you the main news about Flamengo. But look, take a trophy here in the background. And isn't it worth it? Like and subscribe to the channel. Stop and subscribe now. Paparazzo Rubro Negro, like the video and enable notifications so you don't miss any content. You won't miss anything about Flamengo like this the whole year. Now also covering the Supercopa, but in February. There's the Brazilian and Carioca Championships, the Recopa Sudamericana, and we'll be in Argentina. You can check out everything here on the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. Deal. So let's go. Let's start by talking about the Supercopa, right? I'm going to show some images now. You can see them there in detail up close. The Supercopa trophy. Flamengo, which is already a three-time champion of this competition, is going after its fourth Supercopa title. King, right? This time now against Corinthians. Let's go Flamengo. They're three-time champions. Flamengo beat Atlético Paranaense 3-0 in the 2020 Supercopa at Mané Garrincha Stadium in Brasília. Then, Flamengo won the following year, right? In 2021, Flamengo became champions over Palmeiras in those historic penalty kicks, right? Heroic also here at Mané Garrincha with Diego Alves with a spectacular performance, absolutely spectacular. Diego Alves' performance in Flamengo's penalty shootout ended up securing the title. And, right? Last year, Flamengo beat Botafogo 3-1 to become champions, thanks to a great game from Bruno Henrique, our Bruno Henrique, 27. The match was at Mangueirão in Belém. Now Flamengo could win their fourth championship title. Thank God. From you, the fan, what's your prediction? What will the score be? Who will score the goals? Comment down below. Comment down below. It's really important for us to know your opinion, okay? Let's talk about Flamengo's probable lineup for this match against Corinthians in the Supercopa Rei, right? Flamengo, who already has Lucas Paquetá cleared to play. According to journalist Monica Alves from Coluna do Fla, Lucas Paquetá will be presented to the press this Monday at the Ninho do Urubu Training Center. He will travel and is in the squad for the Supercopa match, just like Samuel Lino, who was presented after debuting with Paquetá. The situation is the same. The reason is to avoid distracting from tomorrow's game. the big Supercopa Rey final between Flamengo and Corinthians. To keep full focus on the competition and the important title for Flamengo, Paquetá will be presented only on Monday at the Ninho do Urubu Training Center. Paquetá spoke here with Flamengo television. He gave his first interview as a Flamengo player, and then he talked about the time when he left Flamengo, pre-2019, right? And he emphasized that he felt like he was part of the club's achievements in recent years, right? Did he feel like he was there with the group? Paquetá said the following, quote, "We got very close. In the years I was here, that really marked me. I said, wow, it can't be possible, right? Like the 2017 Copa Sudamericana, Copa do Brasil, the Brazilian Championship, we finished second, and I said, wow. We knew that the time was coming for Flamengo to be dominant and fight for titles all the time. So it was really just a matter of time. Although I didn't contribute with you," he said, open quotes, "I ended up contributing in a financial way, helping Flamengo to get better structured, so I felt even more." Part of that is what Lucas Paquetá said, who went on to say, "I made a promise that I would come back here before I turned 30. Many didn't believe it, but I'm back. When I saw Flamengo win, I celebrated a lot. Because besides being a soccer player, I'm a Flamengo fan and I cheer for them." That's what Lucas Paquetá said in an interview with Flamengo television. Lucas Paquetá, who right? He's already declared his love for Flamengo millions of times. Once again, saying that he was like a 12th player. He was there cheering, he was there supporting. And he also talked about Coach Felipe Luis, right? He said he encouraged Felipe Luis to become a Flamengo player back in 2019. They played together in the Copa America, right? Paquetá said, open quotes, "We were at the Copa America in 2019, which we won with the national team, and he considered joining Flamengo. And I said, you have to go, you have to go, you have to go. And Felipe said, man, I'm really Flamengo." Then Paquetá said, "So you have to go. You're going to be an idol. You're going to be an idol. Trust me, you're going to be an idol. The fans are going to love you." That's what Paquetá said to Felipe. Then Paquetá continued, "Felipe and I talk often. I respect his work, and one big reason I came here was because he made it clear he wanted me here. Like I said, Flamengo didn't need me. Flamengo won in 2019, won everything last year. So I know Flamengo didn't need me to win, but I needed Flamengo, and I told him that. He said, I want you here. If you think we won everything with you, we have a chance to win even more. We can already start by winning a Super Cup." So we spent almost a whole month talking. Sometimes he let me insist, sometimes he made me anxious. But it was a very important exchange for me, so I think the reason I'm here today also has a lot to do with him. That's what Paquetá said, talking about his relationship with Coach Felipe Luis. And we know they've been friends for a long time, as Paquetá mentioned. Since Copa America 2019, when they won the championship together with the final at Maracanã against Peru. Since then, they've been in constant contact. And look, we're talking here, of course, about the Supercopa Rey. Tomorrow, Flamengo and Corinthians face off at Mané Garrincha. But we should also mention the Campeonato Carioca, where Flamengo had at least partially positive results. Flamengo's situation improved without the red and black even stepping onto the field. That's because Nova Iguaçu lost to Bangu after being ahead yesterday, and Boa Vista drew 1-1 with Sampaio Correa. They prevented Flamengo from being eliminated early from Group B of the Taça Guanabara, avoiding the risk of playing ahead of schedule, or already qualifying for the relegation quadrangular. On Monday, Madureira and Marica face each other. Madureira and Marica play on Monday. Madureira against Vasco and Marica against Volta Redonda. Even if both win, Flamengo can still reach the G4 and qualify for the Campeonato Carioca quarterfinals. Avoiding the relegation quadrangular, remembering that besides the risk of Flamengo being relegated, the relegation quadrangular qualifies the Rubro Negro for 2 extra matches. In other words, it's already a long, exhausting season, and if Flamengo goes to this quadrangular, they would play 6 matches instead of 4. 2 extra matches in a season like Flamengo's make a big difference. And here's what Flamengo needs to do to qualify for the quarterfinals of the Carioca. They have to beat Sampaio Correa at Maracanã no matter what, and hope for at least 2 of the 4 combinations below. I'll show you the combinations here. Let's go. Madureira can't get 2 points out of 6 available, which means they have 2 games left, and Madureira either has to lose both or lose one and draw one. If they get 1 point, Flamengo has to make up the goal difference, which is currently 3 goals. Boa Vista, who only has 1 game, can't get a single point out of the 3 available. Boa Vista must lose to Bangu at Moça Bonita to help Flamengo. Nova Iguaçu, in turn, can't beat Portuguesa at the Luso Brasileiro Stadium. Portuguesa, already in the relegation quadrangular, must defeat Nova Iguaçu to aid Flamengo. Finally, Marica can't win both of its games. If Marica wins one and draws the other, Flamengo needs to overcome a 1-goal deficit. Marica will play Volta Redonda, then Fluminense. Flamengo needs 2 out of these 4 combinations to avoid the relegation playoff. To finish, let's discuss Roger Flores. He didn't exactly criticize, but rather vented. Regarding the pitch at Mané Garrincha Stadium, host of the Supercopa Rei final between Flamengo and Corinthians. He, on Seleção Sport Television, praised the pitches of Brazilian football, but issued a warning about the venue for the Supercopa Rei final. Roger said, open quotes, "We had a round of the Brazilian Championship with spectacular pitches, and now we're going to a more glamorous match, which is the Supercopa final between Flamengo and Corinthians, the 2 national champions from last year. On a terrible pitch, it's a shame that the Brasília Stadium has these pitch conditions." That's what Roger Flores said. So Roger, a former player who played for several teams, including Flamengo, criticized the pitch at Mané Garrincha Stadium. That's it. I invite YouTube viewers to subscribe, like, turn on notifications, and share this video with a Mengo supporter so they stay updated. Now check it out just up close, just a quick close-up, the details from closer, of the Supercopa Rei Trophy, which, if everything goes as planned, will be lifted tomorrow by Bruno Henrique, 27, the captain of Mengão. We're together, a hug, that's us, and of course we had to end the video with her. The Supercopa Rei Trophy will be decided tomorrow between Flamengo and Corinthians at the Mané Garrincha Stadium. It's a trophy that will look really nice if it comes to Mengão's trophy room over there in Gávea, right?